This might be the reason that you're still vitamin D deficient, although you think you're doing everything right. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that no one talks about when it comes to vitamin D deficiency, and that is how well your organs are functioning. Many of us don't take into consideration that we need well functioning organs to convert vitamin D into its active form. This is why I have started talking about the importance of eating healthy while you're on your recovery journey. It is just as important as taking that vitamin D supplement. So, the question is, how can bad functioning organs affect the vitamin D conversion? First, we got to figure out what are the organs in question, but just before we figure out what those organs are, we first have to figure out what is the process that vitamin D goes through so that it can be in its active form. So that process is, the body makes vitamin D through a process, or rather a chemical reaction, when the sunlight hits your skin. The reaction produces cholecalciferol, and then the liver turns it into calcidiol. Then the kidneys convert the substance into calcitriol, which is the active form of vitamin D. So now that we are aware of what the process is like, let's now go to identify the organs, which are the skin, the liver, and the kidney. Those are the three organs in question. We should try to keep as healthy as possible when we are trying to recover from vitamin D deficiency. So first up, we have the skin. You can't really have a bad functioning skin. So the skin and the sunlight, and most of us don't even get our vitamin D from the sun anyway. We just, take a supplement. So we're going to skip the skin. Take care of the skin either way, but you know what I mean. So we're moving on to the liver. The liver, right, guys? The liver is very important in this process. This is the second step in the process. So if you have a poor functioning liver, it can lead to inadequate vitamin D levels, which can reduce the amount of vitamin D that is converted into its active form. So let's say, for example, you're taking 10,000 IUs, right? But you have a poor functioning liver. That 10,000 IUs is going to be cut by, I'm not sure how much is going to be cut by, but it's going to cut. So let's say you take 10,000 IUs, and again, this is dependent on how damaged the liver is or how poor the function is, right? So if it's 10,000 IUs you're taking, the liver is bad, you'll probably get maybe 7,000 IUs, 5,000 IUs. So some of us be like, hey, I'm taking such and such vitamin IUs, I'm taking 10, 15,000 IUs, and I'm not feeling any better. Let's look somewhere else, because if you're taking the vitamin D, the cofactors, and you're still not feeling any better, we need to look somewhere else for the issues. Let's look at the liver. That's where we're at right now. So make sure that liver is working. You can, call your doctor and schedule a checkup, you know what I mean? Make sure that liver is working to its optimal level. I mean, we should kind of be, going to our doctor maybe once a year. If once every couple of years, just visit the doctor. I mean, to get a checkup. Yeah. So next we have the kidneys. So the kidneys, this is the last step in the process, so that we can now have the active form available. So if the kidneys are compromised, just know you're in trouble. Yeah, because that's the last step that finally turns it into the active form. And if you don't have the active form, I mean, what's the point of it, So I'm pretty sure you guys want to know, okay, yeah, these organs are nice to know, but how did they go bad? I'm pretty sure you guys want to know that, right? Like, how did these organs ended up going bad? So it's pretty simple for the most part. So for the liver, years of eating junk food and alcohol consumption really damages the liver. Those persons that overdo it with alcohol consumption, they know that they could develop fatty liver disease. I mean, alcoholic fatty liver disease. And those that eat too many carbohydrates could develop non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is just as bad as alcoholic fatty liver disease. So it's no different between you and an alcoholic. So when you eat the wrong foods, that is the driving force behind organ damage. all across the body, not just the liver and the kidney. It's the driving force to everything that can go wrong. It's the same thing for the kidney and the skin. For example, the tiny blood vessels in the kidney, they're easily damaged by excess sugar consumption. These tiny blood vessels in the kidneys, they're responsible for filtering waste from the body. In addition to all this, even the quality of your skin is dependent on your diet, because what you eat literally becomes a part of you. You ever heard the saying, you are what you eat? It's true. Okay, we're moving on now, how to heal the organs. So first up, we have the liver. So first up, I want to say the liver is the only organ inside the body that can completely regenerate itself. However, that depends on how far the damage has gone. But even if it's able to regenerate itself, it won't look the same and it won't function the same as like a perfectly brand new liver. Just keep that in mind. So I have two things that I love to take for liver health, and that is milk thistle and dandelion root extract. So milk thistle help with protecting liver cells and help with regeneration, while the dandelion root helps with detoxification of the liver. For the kidneys, I like ginger and turmeric. These are also good for the skin as well. Everything is pretty natural, so they should be easy to find. So these are the things I do recommend. So overall, we need to watch what we eat, limit the processed foods, and eat foods that are more natural to us, so that we can overall heal and get over this vitamin D deficiency as quickly as possible. When I was recovering from vitamin D deficiency, that was one of the biggest things that I did. I didn't know the importance at the time, but now I do know that you should be eating healthy. I used to make sure that I eat as healthy as possible. So I'm gonna see you guys in another video. Peace.